Hi, this is Vanessa Joy with Breathe Your Passion on Adorama TV, and today we are going to talk about how to create sunflare when there is no sunflare. All right, so the tools that we are going to use to create sunflare are the Profoto B2. I have a half CTO gel on here. If you're not too familiar with why we're doing this, check out one of my older videos about creating golden hour when there isn't golden hour. But we want to have a little bit more of a practical use for today. So Profoto B2, half CTO gel on here. I've got my Profoto transmitter. We're using the Canon 1DX and the 50-1.2 Canon lens. And my goal here is just to pretend that this light is the sun. And we're going to position it behind our couple that we got back here, Abigail and Andy, so that it just looks like a little bit of warmth, a little bit of glow coming in an area, as you can tell, which has very flat light. There's not much going on here. There is a nice wall back behind, or behind you guys now. It's white and it's reflecting, but it's still not very dynamic. And if you're a photographer that shows work that has that nice, light, airy, warm glow, sometimes you need to make it for yourself. So let's give it a try. So I've sent my assistant back behind the couple, little bit, not directly behind them, a little bit off, because just like if I was shooting into the sun, I want the light coming in to flare into my camera. So she's a little bit behind them, a little bit off, and she's gonna point the light directly at the couple, so directly at the back of their heads. Now, for you guys, what I'll have you do, I'm gonna have you, Abigail, turn your back in towards them this way. So spin all the way around, so your back is in towards them. Keep going, keep going. Keep spinning. Yeah, you're like Cinderella. So what you'll do, Andy, is kind of like bear hug around her shoulders. Perfect. Bring your hands more, Andy, towards her front arm here. So both of them kind of there. This one here-ish. And then we're gonna put, yeah. When we are posing, we want to pay special attention to hands. So I love the hand placement here. She's holding onto him. It's making them feel nice and warm and connected. Let's get our exposure. So I'm going to create my exposure exactly like I would if there was no Profoto light. So using live view is my little trick on how I do it. My settings are right now, let's go to 50 on my ISO, 3.2 on my aperture, and 200 on my shutter. And let's just see how that looks. See if I like it. A little bit dark, so I'm gonna go down to 2.5. And that's definitely better. So now I'm just going to turn on my Profoto transmitter here, set it to TTL, which is basically just auto for the light, and it's going to pump out the right amount of power that it thinks it needs for this shot. So a little bit lower. So when I have my assistant holding the light, I want it to be low. Why? Because golden hour, the sun is low, so we're mimicking that. So you can go almost waist level. I want it coming through these trees right here because it'll create a nice warm glow behind the palm trees as well. So get your heads nice and close together and kind of like tilt down, look down. There we go. Nice. And you can look down at her shoulder. That'd be perfect. And I don't want my assistant in the shot, but I'm just playing, kind of hold the light a little bit this way. Yep. I'm just playing a little bit to see if I can get some of that flare in there. Point it towards them a little bit more this way, Jay. There we go. Perfect. Love that. I'm gonna switch over to manual now that I have a fairly decent exposure. And then I'm gonna bump up my power. Let's try bumping it up just 2 stops here and see what happens. So same exact thing, guys. There we go, now we're talking, perfect. I'm gonna have you take a little step that way, tilt it towards them a little more, right there. Love that. That's what I'm looking for. Perfect, really cute, guys. Abigail, look up at me. Nice. Perfect. Get some hands. Awesome. And what we have here, just some nice light and airy golden glow looks as if I had the sun right behind them. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you next time here with Breathe Your Passion on Adorama TV.